to begin over on the CT side. Fair enough, makes a lot of sense, kind of what you'd expect. So let's get into this. We've waited long enough.
Yeah, full armor for FaZe, right? So what the complexity have in store? Not much util. Smoke's going over the top outside. They're walking towards ramp. Olof's still got that gap. He's going to have info, if not a kill here. Ooh, tagging a leg. But he's got to be careful, right? Getting back on the railing so he can drop off and escape into B. No,
oh my God,
he goes
committed.
forward and fights with his teammate who's fallen at CT. Now Rush chasing him down, and it's not gone well for FaZe Clan in this round. Desperate rotate for karrigan, but he needs to kill someone, and he needs to kill them fast. Bomb's chasing him right now. Config's up close.
Oh no.
And karrigan falling out here could set FaZe up for a retake after all.
Yeah, it's not over yet, boys. They've tried to clothesline karrigan, but he's the one hanging them out to dry. The bomb's now dropped over on the mini ramp. blameF's got to go get it. He's arriving late through ramp. karrigan taps him out, and it is a great pistol round out of this guy.
Yeah.
Finn Anderson takes to the stage once again and opens up with a hat-trick to begin Nuke.
My mistake for even considering the word retake in that round. The bomb was so late, and, you know, never room given by FaZe as they lose 2 players on ramp. They just full rotate. They just full commit. And convinced that it was going to be a lower take, they were right. karrigan's able to get 3 kills. FaZe on the board early. We've got a force for Cole, nothing surprising here.
So that's now 3 for 3 in pistol rounds for FaZe in this series. Are we going to see a force by return, though? This is nice. Poison getting the opener, stopping Olof, who tries to aggro through ramp. And really, like, that's how these rounds get out of hand. If you lose this first player, well, now everyone's kind of on high alert. Now you're turtling up, you're getting defensive, you're feeling worried about pressuring these pistols. And it's that worry, it's that playing passive, you know, that can make you a little fearful. And in that fear, Cole might be able to exploit something.
Oh, there's going to be double fear now. Look at this cross smoke. It's a fake. It's only blame going behind it. So FaZe are going to be panicking and rotating. They're already sending players down towards B, but it's all a bit of a ruse. It's a ramp take instead. They're coming in silent, now starting to run. karrigan on the corner ready, and he's got a bit of a spray, but only good for a kill and some damage. M4 to be picked up by Cole. But do they really want to end lower? Because those rotates are already in, right? You've already seen broky drop due to the smokes outside, so he's in the perfect spot to make magic happen.
All right, broky, magic man. No rabbits in the hat. He's got to pull this one from deep within the wizard sleeve, and instead, Config just domes him out with the deagle. No love lost down at this B-bomb site for Cole. They've got this bomb planted, and for FaZe, it's probably going to be a save. You don't want to have to call it, but it's really all you're left with here.
Yeah, I mean, they're poking their head in, but with no kills given up, and the reality of the situation staring you back in the face. FaZe make the sad but right call to get away with very little as well. FAMAS and SMG. Cole steal the M4, so far better armed at this point. And hell, you couldn't win the pistol, but winning the force, that's basically better, right? That really flips the economy in your favor, especially when you start keeping numbers alive like this. So no problem for Cole. Bomb goes off at B. And here we go, already off to a back and forth start. You know FaZe are going to be buying here as well, right? Saving 2 guns, having 1,400 on some players. We're thinking Deeg armor, very limited weaponry here for FaZe, but always worth investing.
Yeah, so let's see that reinvestment round then. Can they work their deagle magic? That's the question. It's already gone against them.
Yeah, we saw on Dust though, FaZe did win these rounds, right, a couple of times on that CT side, so never a team to be counted out. Look at these rotates as well. Twist has already dropped lower. And we're seeing Cole already really set this precedent of playing with these smokes outside. Blame crossing alone through them, and Twist is ready there to deal death. Olof at ramp. And he spots something this time, won't be overcommitting, just concedes and goes towards lower.
Yeah, this is a nice feeling though, right? It was Olof in round number 2 that dies pushing ramp to give up the man advantage. Well, this time he's fallen off. He doesn't give you that engagement, and so you don't have a chance to put this back into a 4-on-4. Now, that pressure from round 2 is like afflicted the other way. Rapping through hell and up into heaven are complexity. So you win the hut fight, but now you've got to hold on to A. The bomb plant is coming in, and it is a heaven plant as well. That's important to bear in mind with JKS up in that position. He is someone that FaZe are either going to have to deal with or avoid. And if you are planning to avoid this guy, you need numbers, right? You need to keep him away from denying your defuse. And that's going to hinge on getting these openers into the site. Twists from main, looking to be the first point of contact, but it's Olaf through the hut. Deegs rush out of the round. He never even gets a chance to play. JKS dead on the swing, and the defuse is found for FaZe. It's going to be close, but it's still this second round locked in for them. And the Force Buy Wars look like they're set to continue. There it is. I knew it all along.
I gotta say, man, JKS swinging there. He's just trying to trade his teammate, right? He's trying to play with him, but we saw how close that bomb came. All he has to do is hide heaven. It's for him. He has some util. He can play with them. A couple of bait shots, you know, try and force someone off the bomb. Like, you can win that round. That's a real shame to see him swing with only seconds remaining. It was in tandem with his teammate, but look at what the cost is. FaZe given a round, forced up with the Deagles. And now this will just continue, back and forth until someone finds 2 in a row. Cole, they're fighting for it, and they've got the AKs at least.
Yeah, if this like continues on being back and forth, right, the T side starts to kind of take like a bit of a home field advantage in that everything is just cheaper for them, so they can really, you know, keep upping the ante with these Force Buys. CT side, it's a lot harder, and it hinges a lot more on like making right reads, right saves, if you want to keep these purchases going. That's of course hinging on the idea that like the Force Buy Wars continue, and they might not with Olaf opening up the round through the smoke. It's an immediate man disadvantage for Cole. And that's now 2 rounds where Olaf has killed someone, and they've barely even felt like they've had a chance. You know, like he wall-banged Rush in the retake. Yeah. Now he smoked shots poison to begin this one.
Ridiculous. And lower is being controlled and patrolled by Twist right now. So there's no question on, is someone down vent, or could they have got on that secret cross? broky's now finally leaving outside, and that's because FaZe are convinced it's A, and they are so correct. Fully stacked with 3 CTs here. Look at the crossfires. broky dropping in, committing now. karrigan stopping them from crossing in. He's going to drop off the roof and help out some more. karrigan with 3. Actually only 2 in the round. Yoinked from the first kill. But it's still around for FaZe. Very happy with that one. Easy upper execute, denied.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, in like the first 3 rounds, we've seen guys like Olaf only looking more comfortable in the ramp room, right? Round 2, he dies pushing. Round 3, he doesn't fight, doesn't give a fight over, and just drops into B, staying alive. Round 4, he gets the opener at ramp. It's almost like a live evolution before our very eyes. Complexity now, they've got to admit defeat in the Force Buy Wars. They've just got to concede and take an eco. So FaZe are really looking to bolster this lead and break ahead. This round should be a freebie.
Yeah, dry crossing. Okay, config. I was about to say...
Should be a freebie.
Yeah, I was about to say that shouldn't be happening, but okay. All right, man. Deagle.
That's the one Deagle in play as well. Like, you know, it makes sense. That's why you give it to that guy. Config goes, no, I am the guy, by the way, and he gets it. That's an opener. We saw how, you know, Deagle openers can make rounds fall apart. Well, Twist has just given them another.
Oh dear, Rain's holding. He must have said no one's crossed, and that's because the cross already came in. Config ran it as soon as he got that kill. Rain never saw anyone make it. That's a bit of a miscom there for FaZe, and it might cost them. There's still only Glocks, remember, that's the weird part. Config can give his Deag over, but the other Rain irretrievable. He's been tapped out by Rain. karrigan's now here to make mincemeat of these armorless players, and that he will. Dinner is served, and it's all Cole. 4-1 for FaZe.
Man, I tell you what, like, you know, I know karrigan only 3K, you know, the eco players pushing through main, so it's pretty unremarkable. But within the context of how much that round was slipping out of hand, he does really well to not lose that fight. you know, even if you went for like a 2-for-1 trade and like it's still left with a player alive, a gun retrieve, they can at least do more damage. They can at least wreck you for the future. And you dodge all of that by karrigan just sweeping it under the rug. So now we're 4-1 up. We've got a nice, healthy lead for FaZe Clan. And a complexity that, in spite of some bright sparks here and there, still find themselves at a deficit. So now they're coming out with the rifles, and they're hoping to hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's always funny seeing player cam replays when they get caught off guard, like twist knife out is not even thinking about a player there. We just saw him like jump out of his seat, man. It shows these players, they're good, but they're also human. Happens to all of us. Nothing worse than getting jump scared. 4-1, here we go. Buy is out for Cole, they gotta make it worthwhile. Moving outside with lots of players as well. Throwing some smokes, Blame is the one-man crossing. Meanwhile, we have some aggression towards lobby from FaZe. Blame will make it, but Twist is going to definitely have his wits about him this time around. Meanwhile, Cologne walking out A. They're taking up by storm, and FaZe have no idea. So focused on the outside. There's only one man left up here.
Oh, well, JKS with the entries. And the A site, it belongs to complexity. olofmeister, can you do anything about it? The flash is gross, and Config has snuffed out FaZe in this round. Just Twist remaining, all the way down on B, by the way. Kind of scratching his head as to how this one went so wrong so quickly on the back of this A walk.
Yeah, that's a really nice call for Cole, right? Like, they've been throwing these smokes every time, and they've never had no one behind it. They've always either had a player or they've been like dry running outside. They've just been keeping FaZe scared of B. Twist has been rotating early so many rounds, and because Cole have all that pressure and focus outside from FaZe, they just get to walk through the door. They don't throw any grenades. They make no noise. They give no warning to FaZe Clan, and then 2 headshots from JKS, and the round is done. So beautiful stuff.
I reckon FaZe are feeling that pressure now, right? They're if we're cognizant of the fact the outside smokes are pulling too much attention away, then they're definitely cognizant of it. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe you have something like a secret player, right, attempting to go for info. We've seen Twists gravitating towards that position more and more as this game's gone on. Maybe we get like a secret challenge out of him. It's a good way of getting the information on the outside smokes early, right? It's really one of the only ways to get that information without taking a huge risk, like running out yard. They go for the cross. There's no one in secret, so they will manage to get down. No one even on B. And Complexity are moving in with 3 players down on this side of the map.
Yeah, broky's finally here. He got very lucky. Those smokes bloomed outside. He almost got caught by the players crossing red. But instead, he's now poised at dark in B with the second AWP helping him. Olof and broky double AWPing the lower bomb site. Collar going as well. There's still a player in the ramp room. karrigan's going to clear him out though. No clue from JKS. Shot in the side of the head. And Olof's just left. He thinks it's no longer B with that ramp player dead. But broky's calling for support. Push through the molly. They'll hear the burning. And now they've spotted him as well. He's stuck in the open. Dead man walking. And Blame puts him down. Olof helps out. And Cole can't get comfortable in the B site. Look at these rotates. They are in every position. Poison's just trying to live, and that's really all he's going to get given this round.
Yeah, great call on that full rotation down to B. You know, I did get nervous when we saw Olof leaving. I was like, oh my God, have they misread this whole situation? But broky, I think, is the guy who saves the day. Playing dark, mollied out. He makes the call, like, no, they are committing into B. And also, like, when he's getting 1v2'd from Decon and double, like, you can tell he's got a very good read on what's going to happen to him in that moment. It's a little bit awkward because he gets like caught between 2 doors out in the open, but he was very cognizant about the door swing. He gives a lot of info over to his team, and it allows those Decon players to just swing out and secure the round. Fast ramp play now though. Olof about to get tested, and there's more where that came from.
Oh, lovely second shot. His team are just lining up flashes on the deep ramp as well, blinding Cole. Bye-bye.
Olof with the wall bang. Juicy, juicy Olof. Just blameF left alive. And man, there ain't nothing you can do against that. Olof's got like a real fetish for just killing people where they've got no clue where they're dying from. It's wall bangs, it's smoke shots, it's all kinds of BS, and it's all coming up in favor of FaZe in that round there.
Man, this is a great game out of FaZe. I love how much they're playing together on these lower rotates. Not in that round, but the one previous, as well as the pistol, right? It's when they drop B, they don't just drop one dude. Like, obviously, Twist has been patrolling early, but when they're convinced it's B, man, everyone comes in, and they just sandwich Cole. They go, fine, if we're getting faked out, if they do want to go up to the vent, if they end up, we can just retake that site. Like, every time Cole have committed lower, FaZe have had 4 players in position. Beautiful shot out of Olof, a round that should never happen.
Everyone's smiling after that. Like, everyone knows that if you're Olof, that's a feel-good shot. Like, no matter how long you've been playing CS4, you still get tingly when you wallbang a guy through B ramp. broky, with his AWP outside, he's got plain open sight lines, but can't find anything yet. Finally takes the head off of blameF, but players have gotten down secret, and that's something that FaZe are going to have to be cognizant of in this anti-eco.
Yeah, they're definitely aware of the possibility, right? Like, that's caught them off in the past before. They won't let it happen again. This time, Twist is already dead, so there's no lower rotate yet for FaZe. They're just waiting on top. They're waiting to see if there's any more, because they know, really, there's probably no more than one down in B, and they know it's not the bomb. So how much can Config really do if they don't give him the kills? Bomb's going to try and cross. Right now, no cover. The AWP on a wide angle. Config doesn't know it, but he has free reign to get down towards B. Or not Config, rather, the bomb at red on rush. Config's already there, coming back up. And broky has main covered. So yeah, this is a perfect setup here for FaZe. They say if it's B, we'll retake together. If it's A, well, they won't get that far. broky changing spots and just escapes, but he is spotted. Oh, I was going to say if Config hit that.
Whew. I mean, those are the kind of fights that you want Config in, but never comes through. broky with the 4K, with the AWP outside, laying down the pain. I think it was important for broky to have a round like that early on, right? Build even more confidence up in himself. He's looking good with that AWP. And if you're able to get Cole feeling a little bit dubious about outside, a little bit worried as to this outside control and whether or not they can beat broky on that AWP, then I think that would serve to really cripple this T side, right? The essence of these rounds that Cole have right now have come off the back of these outside smokes that have been a reoccurring problem for FaZe.
Yeah, double nade silo early. It's not going to catch Config. He's a bit late to that one, but always a nice idea. Beating someone catching that spawn.
Anyone doing this as well, when you're a main player and you're like so frivolously willing to fight at the door, that just screams confidence, right? Rain's like, oh, he wants the kills. He's hungry for them. And I tell you what, if he keeps waiting, he just might get them.
Yeah, they're resetting though. They're going back to outside. Maybe some late smokes here for complexity. Leave JKS in the lobby. He's been lurking here. Rest of Cole, is it a contact play? Should have some lineups. Here we go. They know this AWP has been a nuisance. It's a fake again, though. And seems like no one's crossing behind it this time as well. FaZe, they lose all their info here. I wonder where this leaves FaZe in terms of the rotates. They're still stacked up on upper, and that is the right call because Collar's setting up util on T-roof. Still under a minute left. They've got enough time to drop back into the lobby. But these smokes, these flashes thrown are going to telegraph their play. They've got to hit their shots.
Yeah, right. Like, now any doubt is out the window.
Okay.
Now FaZe know, and karrigan decides he's going to leap into the madness. He does lose his teammates back in the site, but there's a couple more still standing strong. Olaf and Twists are the ones to get it over the line. This is dominant from FaZe on the CT side. That round there, they don't have the info about the outside fake. They don't know whether or not players have crossed secret, but they just commit to the idea that this was always going to be an A play, and they reap the reward of it. I love the reaction from karrigan as well. I spoke earlier about how, you know, you've got like two very, very different Danish IGLs here. One that loves to throw himself into the chaos. He gets mollied off a hut roof, and karrigan goes, all right, mate, now you've just brought the pain to you, my guys. He drops into the door, deals with them both. Blame probably would have played that very, very differently.
And the key there for FaZe is they just don't panic, right? Like that late round smoke wall comes in, they lose all info. There's nothing they can do about that. And a lot of teams would just start, you know, dropping ramp rotates, bring the heaven player to ramp, swap this, and FaZe go, no. karrigan says, no, just hold, just sit back and relax. They're going to do something. They're going to make a play. If it's B, we'll deal with that when we know it. We don't know it to be B yet. And yeah, they just deny that upper rush. Maybe another one here for Cole. They've only got pistols, not much to lose, and everything to gain. So fast through the door with a flashbang. Blinded are these CTs, and beautiful taps from the Tech 9 do get double openers.
Oh.
How has this happened for Cole?
Oh, the nade's good at least, right? Now you're kind of a bit more enticed back in to the idea of retaking. broky's throwing the retake flash. Oh, double up! Down from heaven! He might have just torn this little eco round away. Cole, they were looking like they could have done something. It's all now hinging on blameF. Poison in the door should be a dead man, and Blame's dead, so Poison's got to do it with the P250, and he can't. The defuse is found. FaZe up onto 9. Beautiful from olofmeister.
Mate,
I love it, dude. What year is this? What year have I woken up in? Olof is wrecking these guys right now. He's having a great game. We're on LAN. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting nostalgia injected right into me.
Gravity is just all up in the air right now, Harry, right? That's 2 mid-air double kills coming from FaZe. Olof falling out of heaven, karrigan jumping off the hut roof. Absolutely obscene.
Yeah.
And yeah, head in the hands. What else can you
It's
really
a real
do?
paradoxal, you know,
Yeah.
that's not a word, but it's like a real, you know, paradox statement.
Yeah.
Gravity up in the air.
That was the intention, but yeah, crazy rounds. Like, nice try for Cole. That was an eco. They get a plant, they get some damage, but man, when you go 5v3 up and you lose the round, they hurt the most. No matter what weaponry you brought in, you really wanted to close that if you're Cole. You're looking for anything on this T side. 9-2. Maybe some more smokes.
One of the things that's so impressive as well is like the kind of breadth of calling out of complexity, the fakes that they've been throwing, everything that they've done has been very well executed on. And I think the reads out of FaZe of what have really set this game apart. Now they try to come up with a brand new solution to this outside problem. They go, look, we haven't fought through these smokes yet. So they try to flash in, and instead, karrigan will be the guy to save the day, dropping the bomb outside and giving a chance to FaZe once more. They've seen this AWP. They know the bomb is out in garage. This is a wealth of info for FaZe to hold on to. And as they're clearing the lobby, they're opening up more positions to play this 2v1 out in. They've seen Poison outside. They know this is his domain. And they know he's got the bomb as well.
Yeah, I like the idea from FaZe there, right? Getting aggressive through the smokes. It's left them in this 2v1. Poison, given all the room to work with on B, he can plant. But they will double drop vent the second that they hear him committing, getting ready now to do so. Do they want to make noise? They do not care. FaZe are feeling it. They're chasing this kill, but Poison is quick on the AWP. Now he goes back for the double door, and oh no, he's open to broky. Missed shot, another attempt, the fake. Oh, he's sticking it inside the molly. Get out of there, 14 health. And how does Poison still stand? I don't know.
Can he win it? Can he win it? The man that got away,
broky.
broky's sticking the bomb, but if Poison swings that door, oh, if only he swung the door. The defuse found FaZe. They can't seem to set a foot wrong, even when everything's going right for Cole. The defuse stuck, and the round is secured for the FaZe clan.
Yeah, and Poison doesn't want to call that, right? He doesn't want to open the door and start hunting. He's on 10 health, man. If broky taps him with a pistol, he's done. Also, karrigan, what was this, man? He's making the AUG look like an M249 in this game. He is shredding them. Many multi-kills off of the scoped rifle. And yeah, I'm very shocked that Poison stick that bomb plant as well. But at this point, you're not thinking about the fact that you got 4 kills on a plant. You're not thinking about FaZe's economy. You're just desperately trying to get on the board. And now FaZe have had enough of you. karrigan pushed through the hut with a kill. Bye-bye JKS. And they're out and alive in a 5-on-4.
Yeah, I don't know, man. FaZe are exuding confidence right now. You can see it in every play they're making. Yeah. This round as well, they've gone back to fixing the outside problem, but this time it's in a different vein. Rain is down in secret early, dropping a smoke and denying this control down towards B. He's even got Olof to help him out. This is a death sentence trying to commit through secret. Complexity, the one thing that's been working for them, now stands to get taken away entirely. What does that even leave you with at this scoreline?
Yeah, the smoke is such a middle finger, right? Like sometimes you want to throw in a util, you hope that the T's just think you're not there, but FaZe just go, nope, you can't get in. You're not getting a bomb plant today, and they might reaggress. Rain all caught in the corner, down to Olof. He does get a shot off, and can stay alive in this 4-on-2. They've already started to flood the rotates down vent. karrigan cleaned out by blame. A weird round to be in for Cole. They've got to check up. They don't. Olof closes another kill, and Poison in another clutch. Probably too far gone, and it is. Twist with the shot, and there are FaZe's lower rotates again, looking as beautiful as ever.
Mate, you can. I was just about to say, right? There was that double rotate down to be from Twist and Olaf. Oh, sorry, Rain and Olaf.
Yeah.
And you know, when you lose the first guy, you could see it. Complexity, we're not ready for a second player. Like very, very rarely do you run into a double hold down there in lower. They get caught with knives out, with nades out. Yeah, and the round falls apart.
The saddest part about these T-side rounds for Cole is when they are faking out and they're putting one player down secret, FaZe don't move a muscle. But as soon as there are 5 dudes trying to get down towards the lower site, FaZe have got everyone in B.
karrigan again. karrigan blinded and finally dealt with. No longer getting these openers, but the rest of FaZe are. You cut the head off and 4 more grow back. Just blame. What can he even do? Late outside, lacking anything other than maybe the element of surprise. But with so many bodies left up, man, you're thinking of every possibility. Now you've seen him, now you've got the info. And look at FaZe, man, they're just not giving him the fight.
Sneaky, sneaky. Gonna try and climb up. But already waiting in heaven is Olaf, and he is not in a giving mood today. Does he take the railing or peek lower? Yeah, he's going up. Olaf holding for this though, and he's got a shot. Easy headshot for olofmeister, and FaZe 12-2. It doesn't really get more one-sided than this, Harry. We've seen nothing go the way of complexity. These gun rounds have been abhorrent, but not really in their own doing. It's more just FaZe's reactions more than anything.
Yeah, I really like. I think so much of the credit has to go to FaZe because I call it cooling a lot of like very, very varied plays. You know, like we've seen fast A explosions, we've seen attempt at these outside smoke pushes, we've seen outside fakes into late ramp control. They've tried it all and nothing is working. Nothing feels more constricting than that. karrigan is going to make it feel even worse with some of these aggro plays he's going for. Another opener, and even though it's a 4-on-4 and an even trade, it's like the mind game, right? You've just had the
no
my
way.
word.
Did the smoke hit him?
I don't know. It looked like maybe Smokebug gave that away.
It's very
Twists with the double, and this is looking as good as done. JKS dead to broky, and FaZe have just given us a masterclass of a CT side. If that hasn't gotten you excited for the rest of the day, I don't know what will. There's still a second half to come, and FaZe are looking to book a ticket to IEM Cologne.
Hey Future Pros, back on Nuke today with a nade set to get you down secret. This is a set piece you will see most.
All of FaZe shining bright in all their glory right now, and they don't want the good times on LAN to draw to an end just yet. It's addictive, Olaf, isn't it? When you get back on, he's looking to keep it going, and they would if they win this series. They would make it through to the next stage of IEM Cologne.
Oh, he loves the cameras, doesn't he?
He's missed it. He's missed getting a play up to the cameras as karrigan.
We've missed him.
That's the thing, you know, I told you about FaZe, you might be wondering, where do I fit into this equation? Where do you fit into this equation? Well, we just get to sit back and watch some fantastic LAN Counter-Strike, ladies and gents. Second half about to begin, and it's complexity attempting a huge CT comeback.
Yeah, what a treat for us at least. And oh, well, if there was ever going to be a way back in, that's the start they need. Poison with a tap, and Config the same vein. Back to B he goes. Not looking to give FaZe a way back in this 3-on-5. karrigan will attempt to walk out upper, but there's 2 CTs still here. He's getting played with right now. Even a heaven rotate. karrigan's drawn a lot of attention. broky on the door. karrigan eventually dead, and this shouldn't be too hard pressed for Cole to close. Ooh, I say that. Maybe I'm speaking it out of tune, but JKS with some taps will find a pistol round for Cole. First pistol of the series for complexity.
3-1 in pistols for FaZe overall. They want both of them back on dust. and the one in that first half here on Nuke. So, Cole, they've at least got the little boost, right? The little head start that they wanted to begin this comeback. We're still a long ways away from the realms of it, you know, coming into fruition.
Yeah, they showed us a really nice attempt on Dust, obviously, but, you know, all things considered, this is a little bit more difficult at a scoreline like this. 10 rounds separate the two. And FaZe, I mean, Deagle's second round, these are scary ones for Complexity. blame's having a look outside, but they drop off the silo and cross behind the smokes. What are the lower rotates like right this time? blame, he doesn't care. He won't let them down to B. 2 smoke kills from him. And hey, that at least confirms that there could be players down lower. That's a lot of damage through a smoke. You know that FaZe were committing behind it. So what leaves that of the round for FaZe?
Yeah, no, man, when it comes to like outside control, man, you know, guys like blameF especially have played so much of things, you know, like ESEA refrag and restrat to really like drive home how it is you play this position in response to the different smokes that come your way. He's like a robot outside, man. I don't envy anyone who has to try and get past this dude locking down the outside area. And this round is a great example of why. He's on for the ace. He's probably not going to get it. Rush, don't be the kind of guy. Oh, it's config. Classic config.
That's Olof. That's Olof not going outside to give him the ace. That's a tactical decision, Harry. Someone's got 4 kills. You run as far away as possible. And yeah, some nice rounds out of Colt, back to back. They get rid of the Deagles. Easier said than done, but it all just does feel so impossible.
Yeah, I really want to like be romanticized because, you know, we're on LAN. How often does this happen? I want to be romanticizing a storyline of like, oh, well, Complexity, we've seen them do it before. And we have seen them do it before. But thus far, it's the format of FaZe that's convinced me that this comeback isn't going to happen, right? It feels like it might not be in Complexity's hands. I would love to get proven wrong, though. And rounds like this where you're just padding stats, you're building confidence, you're making money, those are worth it in the long run. 5-13, and now we've got the rifles coming back out for FaZe. This is where Complexity's metal is really going to get tested.
Yeah, deep breaths for Cole, right? Try to figure out what's coming your way. That's the big question. Everyone's a little bit nervous. Everyone's going to react quickly, but the pace of FaZe's T side is yet to be unveiled. They have no idea what they're up against. Bit of a pause before we get in. Imagine some tech stuff. Look like on the FaZe side, but obviously plenty of admins on the scene to deal with it. It's nice. It's a nice change. Yanko's lugging PCs back and forth.
Yeah. That's impressive considering he's a remote as well, right? Like he's like team viewering in. Like, guys, I got it. It's all good. We're waiting to get this one back underway. Little moments like this, right? Little moment of clarity, perhaps, especially if you're a team like FaZe where you've got this big lead, right? You've got a moment now to kind of calm yourselves down. For Cole, it can kind of work against you having a little time out here. You know, you're left to stew in the rather grim scoreline that sits ahead of you, and that can either spur you on and you go, well, look, if we're going to prove that we deserve to be at a Cologne, these are the kind of games we've got to be able to turn around, or you go, my God, like, I've just had 3 minutes to think about how far behind we are, and I'm trembling.
You know, I'm not calling a comeback at this point, but what was it back on Dust? It was 12-6, and that game went the distance, man. Like, that looked like a shoe-in for FaZe. All it takes is a bit of money to get lost, and suddenly, you know, there's a recovery on the horizon. But yeah, you know, 13-5 right now. Similar situation. Not pretty. But pressure's off in a sense, right? You're expected to get rolled here. Anything you do is going to be better.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, especially during online Counter-Strike, the amount of like big leads you saw kind of fall away from teams was just unreal, right? And we did even have that like in LAN on the back of like economy changes. You know, it felt like a lot of games would go the distance even when it didn't look like they were going to. So, you know, it's not without the realms of possibility. You know, you don't look at this and go, yeah, it's done, I can close the stream. No, you definitely cannot, or else you'll be one of those people that go to the Reddit thread after the game and say, I turned it off when it was 13-5 thinking that FaZe had won, and then I booted it back up and they'd been 2-1 by Complexity. You know, and you don't want to be one of those guys, let me tell you. You want to be here for the whole damn thing.
Well, wise words, Harry. Well said.
Is the timer music even slower than normal? Or am I like freaking out right now?
I think you're just working at 120%, you know? Sped up by the glory of LAN. Yeah, I feel like it is slower.
It is
That's not
slower.
just
Maybe
you.
that like pertains to, you know, how far away we are from having this end, the tech pause.
You're looking into it too much.
Oh, the music's gone. Does that mean we're live?
We're not going to have an AWP in
No.
this one, sadly, for FaZe, unless they want a glass, which is unlikely considering broky's already bought up.
Yeah, I'm curious what the plan is with Poison and his AWP.
Outside, mate.
Yeah, you know, and it wouldn't surprise me if we have him kind of floating over towards like the heaven area.
ramp support.
Yeah, like giving a hand to both.
Going full simple, right? Like that's like Simple's got to be the best CT AWPer on this map when he's having a good game. Like how mobile he is, how he's able to seemingly be in two places at once. What? He just killed me outside. How's he round?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things as well that really helps in the Na'Vi squad with him AWPing on this map is like the duo of him and Electronic, right? And like the way that they're able to play off of one another. We can have something similar constructed between blameF and Poison. You know, they could look to lock down that outside area.
Well, I'm sure FaZe are very keen to take on Na'Vi in this tournament, and hell, winning this BO3 would put them in position to do so. That would mean qualifying for the main event of IEM Cologne, $1 million on the line. That's quite a stack of cash.
Mate, and also, like, I just want to see FaZe like actually doing
Good,
well
yeah.
for a sustained period, because
Sure.
like the thing with this team and this organization is like since they came into Counter-Strike, they've always had like great pieces, but they've struggled to cement any kind of era. Has been like, you know, a well distant dream, mate. You've been nowhere near that. You struggled like chaining together victories. There was that point in time years ago where FaZe were like the guys who could, I say rival Astralis is maybe the wrong word, but they were the guys like trying to go toe to toe with them along with the Liquids. So, you know, I want to see a FaZe where it feels like they're in their rightful spot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, up until recently, you had like just legends as far as the list goes down, and now you've swapped out Cold for Olaf. Like, it's still a legend of the game, man. I don't know. It just feels like this team has never quite hit the stride that we want it to. And maybe back on land, 2021, maybe this could be the time.
Right, it's all about how you start as well, coming back off of this online period, right? Going back into these first real LAN events.
Yeah, right. I mean, everyone
want to start strong.
Everyone wants to walk away going, you know, like even if you don't take the trophy, you want to at least be like, okay, that was our first LAN, and we gave that a really good run. You want to be able to say you came into the LAN season, the thing that you've just waited over a year for, and started strong, right? And like started your legacy off well. You don't want to have one of these starts where you go, well, we got crushed, but there's next LAN, you know, like, well.
Yeah. You know, we've already had one team eliminated from this tournament, Harry. It is a very sad story. Mute, if you don't want to hear spoilers, but this was earlier. Bad News Bears did fall in their 3 to LDLC. That's a shame, isn't it?
I'm devastated about that, and I know they will be as well. I would love to talk about it more, Hugo. You know I'm a big Bad News Bears fan. I'm a big NA CSGO fan. But unfortunately, no, I'm kidding. Unfortunately enough, we're back in. FaZe 13-5. If you don't remember, it was a great first half. They were unstoppable. Call have won the pistol here to begin the second. They've got the conversions, and now they head into this one, up against Rifles on a bonus round.
Yeah, the big guns are out. Olaf putting pressure on door early. We have FaZe set up for potentially late smokes in the outside, right? Lining things up as we speak. AWP on Poison is, as we expected, towards Hell. Very passive, but he can cover the cross until those smokes have bloomed. At that point, we're probably going to start to see rotates, right? Config dropping, Poison taking his position. Flames come up secret, though. That's early info. That's something here for Complexity. Even if he is mollied off, that's only going to be a few seconds. He can still stop the cross.
Yeah, the molly's good. Poison sees them crossing. He's called that info over to blameF. So Blame is ready for a fight in secret. He knows that there are people coming his way. He doesn't know numbers. He doesn't know exactly. But he is ready to fight. Playing the pixel angle with this molly. Drops it, but they come running through. That's exactly what Blame wanted. Olaf back in lobby, gets decapitated by JKS. And this round is starting to slip away from FaZe. They can feel it, we can feel it. blameF still down in this B-bomb site. Pushed off the angle for a moment, but he's unchecked and traded after one. Numbers still dwindling for FaZe Clan. We need a hero to emerge from broky or Twist.
They've got one man trapped in B right now, but they don't know it. Config up on the balcony on the railing. JKS trying to cover. They do kill Config, but the bomb comes tumbling down, and Twist is now being collapsed upon from behind his rush. And 2 in front. He's not getting anywhere. Easy round for Cole. Really nice stuff for Blame as well. Gets one, falls out, goes 1 for 1, and even does further damage in that spray. Perfect round down on lower. And so FaZe back to the drawing board. First gun round, smokes to secret, and it doesn't go their way. You're hoping they have some depth here on this T-half, right? What has karrigan been cooking up in the kitchen in these recent weeks? We're about to find out.
Considering that was a bonus for Col as well, like they're very, very content with getting out with so many rifles. These are free upgrades for these guys.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a gnarly flashbang from broky, and it set them up nicely to get into the A site. You do not want to have it fall apart to the force by Config's AWP, good for one, and Poison finds another, but the nade chases him up into heaven and leaves it still with the advantage in favor of FaZe. Now this bomb is planted. blameF is a long old way away. Is he coming up secret? That is a long flank out of blameF.
He dropped vent early. He didn't want to go back up. They were covering it.
So a long way away. Config gonna be the point man to try and get back into things. Blame late on the main lurk. The molly is now given that up, so they know about him. They're also poised to deal with this heaven player, and they don't give blameF the fight in main that he was hoping for. As a result, the save call's called in. FaZe, they get it over the line with pistols into the A site, a flashbang to get them there, and they're up onto 14.
That was such a well-executed call for FaZe, right? Those flashes that you mentioned from broky were beautiful, and it's such unlucky timing for Cole because they drop blame down the vent. There's another player covering door, but he uses his entire mag to spray the smoke, and as the reload comes in, the T's pop out. They time that to perfection. So, yeah, right with this opener here is the kill I was talking about. JKS had almost no ammo left, and yeah, they just clear up two. We saw that same round in the first half from Cole, where they got the double entry on A on an eco, and then they lost to the three players on the retake. We just had that for FaZe, but they actually managed to close it out. That's the difference. Oh, look dead on for Poison, but this is it. FaZe, if they win another round in a row, Cole's money is gone, and this series likely falls as well. Poison knows that. He's still taking all the risks.
Yeah, Poison's like trying to force respect out of FaZe Clan, right? He's trying to make them worried, but instead he becomes a problem for Complexity, giving up that man advantage to Twists outside. And now Cole falling into a 5-on-4. Not where they want to find themselves at all. With this triple smoke wall outside, you can cross into Garage, and that's exactly what FaZe are doing here. Looking to really drive home this control of outside. The bomb hasn't crossed either, so that's still freed up to go back into lobby and hit wherever you find success on the back of this outside play. If the guys in Garage manage to get a nice bit of real estate over towards Hell and Heaven, you're likely looking at an A play late in the round, splitting through, you know, Hut, Door, Heaven, and Main. Let's see what they're able to do, because thus far, karrigan and co have been out on an island here outside, but now he's hit this timing. Crossing back into main to help out the A play.
This is perfect. JKS has a great position. If he just doesn't face, they might not check him, but Rain's got the clear. One man at the back of the site, and another's dropped off. Rain's blind, but he's still getting entries, and everyone falls here for Complexity. It's 15 rounds for FaZe. Clean as you like on that A attack. All the CTs were there, but no one was able to put up a kill.
Right, when karrigan was back home, he had his little noisemaker, he had everything to try and bring the hype. I want to hear what this FaZe squad sounds like after they qualify for the main event of IEM Cologne. Wow. And they are just one round away from doing exactly that. Look at these smiles, man. Look at them. They're feeling good about this right now, and with damn good reason. Anything Col have done, FaZe have done better. And it's another one of these slow rounds out of them, knowing its Complexity, feeling the pressure. This little fight through the ramp smoke could decide a hell of a lot. And so Config decides to bow out and give up this bit of real estate.
FaZe are so patient. Col are about to get some info at least, coming up secret to clear outside, but it's not like any kills are presented, and now two pieces of your puzzle are really in dead positions, unless you get aggressive here. And if you do, FaZe is still waiting. Twist lining up some smokes. The call is, watch out on your top site. We have all this outside control. No one's moving with the utility thrown by FaZe. And luckily enough, JKS not moving too early either. Twist finally leaves spawn with the bomb and sets up in the lobby. Oh, that had to be a kill. Boys is trapped now, and he hits the shot on the escape. There's still hope yet for Cole.
Oh, he's going back in for more. Yeah, Poison with the double dip. I don't know, man, it's bad manners. Has no one told you? He dies at the hands of Twist, and Olof takes it even further. Is this the final closing moments in this series? FaZe trying to book themselves a slot at IEM Cologne, and they're just 3 kills away, but they can be the hardest to find. It grinds to a bit of a screeching halt in the 2-on-2. Worried about the lobby player. Blame missed shots, can't deny that bomb plant. And so now it's Justin Savage up against it all, up against these animals on the other side. He's out through the door. Can he find them? Back in the sight and one on top of Hut. JKS with the swing, isolates it, but Rain locks in the kill, and with it, woo, it's Cologne for FaZe Clan. They're going to the main event, a 2-0 over Complexity, and Complexity now have been thrown back into the balance themselves. They've got to keep on fighting through the play-ins.